All right, y'all, if you made it this far, we've gone over the jab, the straight, the hook, the uppercut. Now, before we get into overhands and fancy body uppercuts and everything else, we got to go over footwork, the most important thing in boxing. Yes, you can have a good defense, you can parry good, you can block good, you got head-to-head, side-to-side movement, but without footwork, it don't mean anything. This is how you get in, you get out, you step around, you look for counter shots. Everything is based off your feet. So, what I discussed in a previous video is to find your proper power stance. You want to get against a wall and push it. Wherever you feel the most powerful at, you have the most balance. You can move around, step side to side. Figure it out. Just get across. Get on against a wall and push. So all you got to do is just like pushing a car. Wherever you feel the strongest, and you'll see that your feet naturally fall into a good boxing stance for power and leverage, balance. Everything you need is going to be right here. It's where your body naturally falls. Now, as you get better with your footwork, your balance improves, you can start changing where your foot is and going off of that. Now, getting closer to the camera, as my upper body, my face does not matter in this. Again, I have this star pattern here. This is all going to make sense in just a minute because this is what you want. Now, you don't have to go with the star pattern to start off. It's best to start off with a straight line, and I'm going to show you why, and then do a star pattern after that. So, when you're first doing this, don't worry about the star, just worry about straight up and down. Now, when you're in your stance, you should be like this. Discussed this before as well. Try to turn from different angles. Try to turn this way so you can see. Where my foot bends, move my knee out the way, where my foot bends is where if you was to pull your foot back, you pretty much want that. It's a lot easier to see in shoes than it is barefoot. But I'm in the house and I don't want to track dirt. And with my slippers, you might be able to see it too, right there. Try to change angles, get closer to the camera. Shift this way. That's where you want it when you bring your feet together. That's how you want your feet to be. Now let's take this off so I can have free movement because it's hard moving slipper. So when you push against the wall, you find your balance. For me, it's already natural. What you're going to want to do is have your foot on this line. Now, as I said, you bring your foot back, it should line up. When I move, that line should be running through just as if you're doing like that. So, when you're in your stance, now for me, it might be a little different. You want to start off with your foot more straight. For me, I'm a little tilted. The reason why your foot is straight is that's your arrow to where your jab's going to go, as we discussed. For me, I'm already have a natural stance set up. So for video purposes, I'll show you from a traditional, truly balanced stance how you should do this. It's going to be a little awkward for me as I'm so used to being more here so I can roll with punches and counter or slip. But let's do it like this. So the line's going straight through my foot. As it goes straight through my foot, it's coming straight through where if you brought your foot, it should line up. Okay? So when you do this line, you want to make sure that it's not rounded. There's no bows in it, no arches. You want it as straight as possible. Now, once you get on here, all you're going to do is get on your tippy toes, rock back and forth as if you was in a fight, have your guard up, and then step forward, bring your foot forward. Step forward, bring your foot, then push back, push back. That's it. All you're doing is going boom, 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 boom. Now, if you did it correctly, you should see this is still going straight through my foot. Through the back, if I move, It's still going straight through where it should be. Your main focus with this is you want to be able to stay on that straight line. Boom, 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 boom. A lot of people, when they first do this, it looks simple, but they'll move here and their foot will drift to where now only my tippy toe is touching the line. Or they'll go here and the foot's now over here off the line. Or when they're moving, their foot will turn sideways and now they can't jab because their toes pointed this way as if they were jabbing here instead of here. So that's what the line is for, is to work on how you move. And you should always be, when you stop, as you see, still running through my foot, still running through my foot. As you see, that's all this is for. Then when you get better, you put your power foot on the star center. When you do that, all you're doing is you're turning. Boom. When you turn, that foot should be there. Now, if you did it correctly, you should be now on this line. So when you move here, your foot's going to reposition. All right? So now you see that it's running through here, still there. And then when I push back, I should now be on a new line. So if I push back again, now as you see, this is still running through, and now it's here, running through. Then you'll practice the same thing, forward, backward movement, come back to here to where your foot, and I don't really have to look as you see, because I feel it out enough to where I can judge where I'm going to move. Once you're back on the spiral, or the center of the star, I should say, all you're going to do is the same thing. You're going to pivot, boom, reset. Now you're on a new one, come forward with it, push back with it, and again, should be going straight through the foot like it was when you move. Now that you move back, you reset to a new line. So when you push back again, your foot's still on the line, and now it's running through like it should. So if you brought your foot back, it looked exactly like I showed. That's how you work on the 1-2 basics of moving forward, backwards, keeping your feet like that or angled like this. If you bring them together, and that's what the line running through is to make sure you always stay in position. So you play with that, forward, backwards, forward, backwards, forward, backwards. When you get good and staying on the line, then you can come here and you can act like you're throwing punches. You can come here. You can twist, twist, twist. And as you're twisting, reset, jab, come back, twist, come back. And you should see my foot. Let me not raise my back foot so y'all can see. It's still here. If you're doing it straighter, like I said, I would adjust my body to. And as I run this back, if I can do it without coming off tape, it's still boom in position. And if I move, you can see the straight line running straight through where it's supposed to be. So that's what you do as you get more advanced with it. You come, throw your jabs, throw your feints. And we'll talk about feints later after you can actually move. Come here, come back, come here, come back, slip, slip, come bob, weave, come under. You can move forward just like you had a rope, and we'll get to that later too. Push back, disengage, come back forward, and just work on all your movements while staying on the line, moving forward, backwards. Once you're good at that, as you see, just going to keep focusing on this straight through the foot. Line going straight through where it's supposed to be. Then you come here, you feel it. I can feel that my toe is here, going through. My front foot is still in line. Then once you get there and you're advanced and you have your star, you can spin off the tippy toe, move forward, then move back. The forward back is just the reset. So when you move that back foot back, you're resetting to the new line, which you can see now, the new line is running through, foot stayed there. That's the easiest way to work on how to move forward, backwards, throw punches, forward, backwards, throw punches. That's where it starts. Now, I can't move for miles on end because I only have so much real estate to work with before I'm on top of one of them little arcade one-ups, or I run into the computer screen, or I go so far out of frame that you can't see me. Best place to do this is like your garage. You got a concrete slab in the backyard, your driveway. Just lay out the tape. Like I said, make sure everyone is straight and don't go to the start pattern. So everything you do, you can stay on this one. Going forward, back, throwing punches, and you're never off. Once you're off, then you can work on pivoting and changing positions. Now, the thing about it is, you got to remember, when you're fighting somebody and you're throwing the jab, right? You're not technically jabbing straight. What you're doing with your jab is you're stepping forward, but you're taking a little step off, okay? And the reason why you're doing a little off step is because when you throw that jab, you're trying to move the target towards your power. So in this case, with me standing traditional, when I jab, I'm not jabbing here, I'm jabbing here. So they got to make a decision. If they get out the way of the jab, I'm forcing them to go this way. So that's when you get into jab drills and you're just here, okay? The point is you want to move the target or the opponent into your power so you can hit them as they're walking into the punch. So that will dictate on which way you turn on the star. If you're southpaw, you're going to be here, here, here. And instead of going this way, you're not going to go that way because now you're going towards their power and you're pushing them away from your power. You're going to go this way, this way, this way, this way. And you're going to keep going all the way around practicing this. Then you can come, boom, boom, boom. And as long as you, like I said, you're boom, boom, boom. If I look, the line is still there. And if you look, even in my southpaw stance, it still runs straight through where it's supposed to. So that's the only thing I want to throw out there. If you're southpaw, you're just changing up the directions when you get to the start that you're going to pivot. Remember, traditional, you're pivoting to your right. Southpaw, you're pivoting to your left because you're trying to run them into that left hook, the left straight. And we'll get into all that as we get into stances, whether you're traditional, southpaw, Philly shell, we'll get into that. But this is the basis of how to really get balance and learn how to move in your boxing stance. Next week, we're going to do the string to show you how to bob and weave and move. Because once you get this down, the next step should be being able to move and slip punches. You don't always want to block. You don't always want to parry. Sometimes you want to bob and weave because what that does is it positions you for them counters. You could be underneath, hit to the stomach. You can see them here where you come over, come down, see an uppercut, come back. That all is based off of your bob and weaving. It's to pick them apart. Blocking can be good, but there's a lot of times when you block, you can still feel the power on your hand or partial of the glove will hit you. So in every circumstance, it is better to avoid than to block. Now parrying is a little different, but when you parry, you can also open yourself up for a counter. So the safest bet is to bob and weave to get out the way of the punch. Don't block. Don't parry when you can move and look and counter. This is what this will help you do. If y'all have any questions, please let me know. I can go deeper on this before we go to the next point of how to actually move on the rope. Let me know what y'all think. Thank y'all for watching. And if you really like this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and sub to the channel. It takes a lot of effort to find time for me to do these short little 15, 20-minute videos for y'all. So if y'all wouldn't mind, when y'all see this, you like it, sub. If you don't like it, then give it a thumbs down. I don't care because all feedback is good feedback. Thank y'all again for watching. And again, I hope y'all had a Merry Christmas, having a Happy New Year, and let's get on to the next tutorial next Sunday.